linear, and we are going to talk about the difference between linear and exponential function. Linear function is a type of function that can be written in the form of y is equals to mx plus b, or the slope or rate of change dy by dx, or change in y over change in x is constant. We say linear function. Or if the growth is at a constant amount or constant value each time, we will say a linear function. So a linear function, if its rate of change is constant or the same, therefore its general formula is y is equals to 5x plus b, and we are given, for example, y is equals to 5x minus 5. Therefore slope means change in y over change in x is equals to 5 over 1. Therefore for each increased by 1, that means the value of x, the value of y increased by 5 times. Each times x increased by 1, y will be increased by 5 times. This is m is equals to dy by dx is equals to y over x is 5. And whenever you found any words that contain all of them, they indicate the value of x. For example, if the value of t increased by 5 each times means always x, and 5 is equals to y. Therefore m is equals to dy by dx is equals to y over x is equals to each times by 1, means when the value of x is plus 1, the value of 5 will be plus 5. And let's take the first example. A plane started a trip with it have initially PO of 15 liters, and it consumed at a rate. We are given a rate, means rate of change means m is equals to change in y over change in x, or dy by dx is equals to 5 liter. Whenever you found each, it refers to the value of x. So the value of x is 15 kilometer, the value of y is 5 liter. Therefore it indicates that it consume. What does mean the term consume? Consume means it's a negative word, so this become negative. Whenever you found a positive word, you use always a positive. Whenever you found a negative word like reduced, decreased, consume, you will include a negative to the y direction. Therefore the plane will consume a 5 liter means minus 5. Therefore m is given by dy by change in x. The value of change in y is minus 5 liter per 15 kilometer. This is equals to the value of m is equals to minus 1 over 10 kilometer. And the plane, this is the first one is the value of y, this is the value of x. Therefore xy is equals to, x indicate what? X indicate distance, y indicate liter. So at originally, or at a distance, when the plane was at rest, that means 0 degree, how many liter do the plane have? 50. So we have a point, this is PO, and we have a slope of minus 1 over 10. So we can make an equation. We know that m is equals to y minus yo over x minus xo, minus 1 over 10 is equals to y minus 15 over x minus 0, minus 1 over 10x is equals to y minus 50. Therefore y is equals to 15 minus 1 over 10x. This is what is the value of y? Y indicate liter. Therefore y in terms of liter is 15 minus 1 over 10 x, where x is what? Distance. Therefore this is the equation of our given example. And when we say it is exponential function is a type of function in which a rate of change is not constant, or m is equals to dy by dx, or y over x is not constant, then we say exponential function. Rather, the rate will be increased by, if the rate increased by r% each times, we will say exponential function. In terms of linear function, if the rate increased by constant amount each time. So whenever you have found by a constant amount, means it is a linear function, and it is increased by a constant by r%, means it's always exponential function. And example 1 is given by v in terms of t is given 10 minus 3t, and what is the estimated decrease in the speed of a car each second. Whenever you found each or every, it means it will indicate you the value of x. Therefore the value of x is plus 1, because it's each second, plus 1 second. So in the x coordinate is found time, in the y coordinate we will find the speed, and we don't know the value of this, but we are given decrease means we have to make negative x speed or negative v speed. We don't know what this v, but we know that for a linear function having a form of y is equals to mx plus p, the value of m is equals to y over x, or dy by dx is constant. Therefore m is equals to y over x is equals to minus 3. Therefore minus 3 over 1. X represent what? Time, and y represent speed. So the car will decrease by a minus 3 when the value of its time is 1 second. We are asked 1 second, what is the value of y? Therefore the value of y will be negative 3. So the speed will decrease by what value? This negative 3 must be equals to negative v. So minus 3 must be equals to negative 3. The speed will decrease by 3 meter per second. And example B is given by v in terms of t is given 5.24 t plus 12. What is the estimated increase? You are given a positive value. So x dash y dash of a car each second. Whenever you found each and every, so whenever you found each and every, it indicates you it is a value of y. Therefore it is a value of x. Therefore this is plus 1 second, and we already given its increase. Whenever you are given increased or the amount will be increased, it is a positive sign. Therefore positive v. We didn't know what the value of v, but it was speed. And we know that for a linear function y is equals to mx plus p, m is equals to change in y over change in x. In our case, what is a change in y? Speed. What is change in x? Time. It is given 5.24 over 1. Therefore for 1 second the value of v is plus v must be equal to 5.24. Therefore the v will be 5.24. So the speed will increase by 5.24 each second. And example 4 is given by h of t is already given minus 5.4 t square plus 100 t plus 12. And we are asked what is the initial height of the rock. Initial height means when the value of t is equals to 0 second. That means h of 0 is equals to minus 5.4 times 0 square plus 100 times 0 plus 12. This is equals to 12 meter. So this is the initial height of the ball. And after what time will the rock will reach the height of, we are given h of t is equals to 12 meter. Therefore 12 meter is equals to minus 5.4 t square plus 100 t plus 12. This is equals to, when we brought this to the right, minus 5.4 t square plus 100 t plus 12 minus 12 is equals to 0. This will be cancelled by this. When we take t as a common, this divided by this, minus 5.4 t will be left. When this divided by this, 100 will be left. When t is equals to 0 or minus 5.4 t is equals to 100 plus 100 is equals to 0. Therefore minus 5.4 t is equals to minus 100 over minus 5.4 over minus 5.4. So the time t is equals to negative by negative, 100 divided by 5.4, 18.52 seconds. So the ball will be at the height of 12 meter when the time was 0 second, or the ball will be at the height of 12 meter when the time was 18.52. Sometimes you may be given a graph and you are asked to determine what is the v-intercept, what is the x-intercept, what is the y-intercept. So the first thing you have to consider, do this graph is a linear graph? It is already given. The graph is a linear graph. Linear graph means it have a form of y is equals to mx plus b. What do x represent? X represent t. This is equals to time. What do y represent? Y represent v or velocity. Since they are a linear graph, let's take any 2 points you like. This is a point of, let's say this is point A, this is point B. Therefore point A have a coordinate of what and what? 0, 13, and point B have a coordinate of 3, 16. Therefore first we have to solve. M is given by 16 minus 13 over 3 minus 0 is equals to 13 over 3 is equals to 10. Therefore 10 is equals to y minus 13 over x minus 0. 10x plus 13 is equals to y. So the value of y is already given v. Therefore v is equals to the value of x is t. 10x plus 30. When obtain t plus 30. V-intercept means making the value of t is equals to 0. Therefore v of 0 is equals to 10 times 0 plus 30. Therefore v of 0 is equals to 13 meter per second. And we are asked what does v-intercept represent in the graph. So we are asked to find what does v. It is the initial speed of a car. So v of 0 is equals to 30. It indicates the initial speed of the car. Its v-intercept represents the initial speed of a car. And example 1, it shows the graph. The graph shows the speed of car. This is speed in meter per second, and the x-axis represents t in terms of second. And we are asked to find what is v-intercept. So when we see the graph, it is a linear function and it have a form of y is equals to mx plus b. So let's take any 2 points. Let's take this point, this a, and let's take this point b. Therefore a have a coordinate of 0, 20, and b have a coordinate of 3, 15. Therefore m is equals to 15 minus 20 over 3 minus 0. Therefore 20, 13 over 3 is equals to 10. 10 is equals to y minus 20 over x minus 0. 10x plus 20 is equals to y. What does x represent? X represent t or the time. And what does y represent? Speed or speed. So in terms of y, we will insert v. In terms of x, we will replace t. Therefore v is equals to 10t plus 20. And we are asked to determine v-intercept, means when the value of t is equals to 0. Therefore v of 0 is equals to 10 times 0 plus 20. This is equal to 20 meter per second. What does v-intercept represent? It represents the initial speed of the car, and we are asked to determine what is v-intercept. The coordinate of v-intercept we already found. And example 2 is given as y is equals to 3 over 5x minus 30. This is a linear function because it is written in the form of y is equals to mx plus b. So the slope m is dy by dx is equals to 3 over 5. Therefore 3 over 5 is rate of change or slope. As x increased by 1, the value of y increased by what? So we are given y over x is 3 over 5, and as the value of x increased by plus 1, the value of y increased by x. Therefore cross 3 over 5 times plus 1 is equals to y. Therefore y will increase by 3 over 5 as x increased by 1. The second one is, as y increased by 1, the value of x will increase dash. We know that m is y over x is 3 over 5. As y increased by plus 1, the value of x is required. Therefore cross 3 times x is equals to plus 5 over 3 over 3. Therefore x will increase by 5 over 3 when y increased by 1. And example 3 is given as x increased by 3 over 5. When x increased by 3 over 5, we are asked to find y increased by what? We know that y is equals to y over x and 3 over 5. As x increased, the value of x is given 3 over 5. The value of y will be this cross 3 over 5 times 3 over 5 is equals to y. Therefore y is equals to plus 9 over 25. Therefore the y will increase by 9 over 25 as x increased by 3 over 5. And D is asked to find as x decreased by 5 over 3. Whenever you found this sign, it means you have to indicate x. Therefore x will be minus 5 over 3. The value of y is required. Therefore we already know m is 3 over 5 is the value of y over x. So the value of x is given minus 5 over 3 over y. Cross 3 over 5 times minus 5 over 3 is equals to y. Therefore y is equals to minus 1. Therefore y will be decreased. If we say decreased, we are neglecting this by 1, or y will increase by minus 1. We can use either of the method. If we use decrease sign, we have to eliminate this, and if we don't use a decrease sign, increase, we have to put the negative sign. And example 3 is given as we are given if 2x plus 3y is equals to 54, and we are given x is greater than or equals to 5 and y is greater than or equals to 4, and we are asked to find all possible value of x and y. Solution: from the first equation, 2x is equals to 54 minus 3y over 2 over 2 over 2. Therefore the value of x will be 54 minus 3y over 2. In terms of x, let's put on the first equation. Therefore 54 minus 3y over 2 is greater than 5. Therefore cross 54 minus 3y is greater than 10. Minus 3y greater than 10 minus 54. Minus 3y greater than minus 44 over minus 3 over minus 3. Therefore the value of y will be less than 44 over 3, and we know that y is greater than or equals to 4 and y is less than 44 over 3. 44 over 3 is approximately 14.67. Therefore 4 is less than y less than 14 over 67 will be all the possible value of y. To find x, let's make 3y is equals to minus 2x plus 54 over 3 over 3. Therefore y is equals to 54 minus 2x over 3. So we have to interchange in terms of y, inserting this value on this. 54 minus 2x over 3 is greater than or equals to 4. 54 minus 2x greater than 12 minus 2x greater than or 12 minus 54 minus 2x greater than or equals to minus 42 over minus 2 over minus 2. So the sign will be changed. X is less than or equals to 21. And we are already given the value of x is greater than or equals to 5. So this is 5. This is 2. It must be less than this and it must be greater than this. So this is our solution. Therefore this is 5 less than or equals to x. X is less than or equals to 21 is all the possible value of x, and this is all the possible value of y. Example 2 is given the graph and you are required to calculate or to express the graph from A to B. From A to B there is a linear increase. From B to C there will be a constant, and from C to E there was a linear increase. From E to F is a linear decrease. From F to G constant, and from G to T a linear decrease. And example 2 is given by a car decelerate at a constant in a road until finally stops. That means V final is equals to 0, and it was initially traveling at a constant amount. Whenever we are given anything at a constant amount or constant value, it means slope dy by dx is constant. Therefore it is a linear function and it have a form of y is equals to mx plus b. Let's take any 2 points. Let's take this is point A and let's say this is point B. First, what does x represent? T in terms of second. Y represent V in terms of meter per second. So point A have x and y coordinate. What is the value of x? 0. The value of y 20. Point B have x and y coordinate. The value of x 4. The value of y 0. And we are required to calculate the slope intercept equation. First, m is given by 20 minus 0 over 0 minus 4. Therefore m is equal to 20 over minus 4. M is equals to minus 5. Minus 5 is equals to y minus 0 over x minus 4. Therefore minus 5 times x minus 4 is equals to y. Minus 5x plus 20 is equals to y. What do y represent? Y represent v. V in terms of t is equals to, what does x represent? T. Minus 5 times t plus 20. Therefore v of t is equals to minus 5t plus 20. And example 1 is asked us, what was the initial speed of a car in kilometer per hour? We are asked to find initial means when t is equals to 0. Therefore v of 0 is equals to minus 5 times 0 plus 20. This is equals to 20 meter per second. But we are asked to express this in terms of kilometer per hour. We know that 1 kilometer per hour is 3.6 meter per second. Therefore 20 meter per second will be x crisscross. 20 times 1 kilometer per hour is equals to 3.6 times x. Therefore x is equals to 20 divided by 3.6. This is equals to 5.56 kilometer per hour. No, we make a big mistake. This is wrong. 1 meter per second is 3.6 kilometer per hour. Then 20 meter per second is equals to x. Therefore x is equals to 3.6 times 20 is equals to 72 kilometer per hour. We can also prove 1 meter per second is 3.6 kilo. Let's prove it. 1 meter per second is how many kilometer per hour? We know that 1 kilometer is equals to 1000 meter. Therefore this can also be written 1 kilometer is equals to 100 times 1 meter, and 1 hour is equals to 16 times 16 second. Therefore 1 hour is equals to 3600 seconds. This is also can be written as 1 hour can be written as 360 second times 1 second over 303 over 3600. Therefore 1 second is equals to 1 hour over 3600 and over 1000 over 1000. 1 meter is equals to 1 kilometer over 1000. Therefore 1 meter per second. This can also be written as 1 meter over 1 second. Therefore 1 meter is equals to 1 kilometer over 1000 over 1 second is equals to 1 hour over 360. So the reciprocal, we have to multiply by reciprocal. 1 meter per second is equals to 1 kilometer over 1000 times 3600 over 1 hour. Therefore this will be cancelled by this, and 1 meter per second is equals to 3.6 kilometer per hour. And example 1 is given as the airplane climb 15 kilometer for every. Whenever you found every or each, it represent always x value. Therefore the value of x is time equals to plus 20 second. So the value of y is the rest, not written in the form of not every or not each time. 15 kilometer. This is distance is equals to 15 kilometer. Therefore slope means m is equals to change in y over change in x. Therefore this is equals to distance over time. Therefore m is equals to 15 kilometer over 20 second. By 5 3 by 5 4. M is equals to 3 over 4. And we know that x represent what? Time. Y represent distance. And we are given initially the airplane was initially means when t is equals to 0, the distance s or s is equals to or y is equals to 15 kilometers. So the point PO is equals to 0, 15, and the slope is 3 over 4. Therefore 3 over 4 is equals to y minus 15 over x minus 0. 3 over 4x plus 15 is equals to y. This y is distance, this is distance, this is time. Therefore x is time. 3 over 4t plus 15 is equals to y is distance. Therefore distance is equals to 3 over 4t plus 15. And we are asked what equation models the situation, and the airplane was an altitude of 15 kilometer at initially, and this is our final model, or it is the model that situated after t hour. This is t hour. And the airplane initially means when t is equals to 0, it was an altitude of h of 16,000 kilometer, and a plane is at a constant. Whenever you found constant rate, but it is a linear function, and it must be written in the form of y is equals to mx plus b. And it was the plane descent at a constant rate of 15 km. Descent means a negative 4. So m is at minus 15 km per hour. Therefore, m is equals to change in y over change in x is equals to minus 15 km per hour. Therefore, x represent time, y represent altitude. Therefore, x y of PO, when the time was 0, it was 16000. Therefore, minus 15 km per hour is equals to y minus 16000 over x minus 15x is equals to y minus 16000. Therefore, y is equals to 16000 minus 15x. What does y represent? Y represent altitude h. H is equals to 16000 minus 15. The value of x is t. Therefore, this is the model that represent our equation. And we are already talked about the plane was descending downward. It was not descending upward. So we have to use a negative sign, descending at a constant z. After what hour the plane reach the ground? If the plane reach the ground, then the value of h of t will be equals to 0. If the plane was initially, t will be equals to 0, and if the plane reach the ground, h of t is equals to 0. Therefore, h of t is equals to 0 is equals to 16000 minus 15t. Therefore, 15t is equals to 16000 over 15 over 50. Therefore, t is equals to 320 seconds. After 320 seconds, the plane will reach to the ground. And example 5 is given. If the distance between 2 points, let's say this is point A and let's say this is point B, the distance between these 2 points is 500 feet, and we are asked what will be the distance between each. Whenever you find this type of problem, you have to use on your own amount. That means 1 feet or foot is always equals to 12 inch. It may be given or it may not be given on your exam, so you have to use 1 feet is always 12 feet. Therefore, 1 feet is equals to 12 feet. Therefore, 500 feet is equals to x. X is equals to 500 feet times 1. This is feet, this is inch. Therefore, 500 feet. This is x. 1 feet times x is equals to 12 inch times 500 feet over 1 feet over 1 feet. Therefore, feet will be cancelled by feet. The value of x will be 6000 inch. And example 6 is given by y is equals to 4x plus 24. Therefore, this is a linear function because it is written in the form of y is equals to mx plus b. Therefore, the value of m is 4. This is equals to y over x. How many value of y increase for each? Whenever you found each means it is equals to the value of y. Each increased by 1. Therefore, when we increased by 1, the value of y will be crisscross 4 times plus 1 is equals to y. Therefore, y will increase by 4 for each x increased by 1. And example 7 is given as we are given point A, point B and point C. The distance between A and B is 5 hours. No, the time between A and B take is 5 hours, and the time from B to C is Z hour. And we are given the bus travel at the speed of v of AB is given 15 km per hour from A to B, and v of BC is given as 18 km per hour. And we are asked what is the equation used to describe the total distance. We are asked to find S total. So we know that velocity is equals to distance over time. So distance between AB is given by VAB plus times TAB, and total distance S total is distance between AB plus distance between BC. Therefore distance between AB is, speed of AB is 18 km per hour multiplied by 5 hour. Therefore hour will cancel by hour. This is 400 km, and distance between BC is equals to Z hour times 18 km per hour. Hour will be cancelled by hour. This is equals to 18 km, 18Z km. Therefore S total is equals to 400 km plus 18Z km, or S in terms of kilometer is equals to 400 plus 18Z. And example 1 is given. Tsagu bought two kind of pen, black and blue. Let X be a black pen and let Y be a blue pen. And black pen cost $1 of 3 and blue pen cost $1 of 40, and we are given a total cost. Total $1 of 55. Therefore $1 of 55 is found when X number of black pen multiplied by each cost plus Y number of blue pen multiplied by each cost $1 of. Therefore $1 of 3X plus $1 of 4Y is equals to $1 of 55. Dollar will be cancelled, and 3X plus 4Y is equals to 55 is the equation. Black pen. We are asked to express the equation for X black pen. Black pen is 3X is equals to 55 minus 4Y over 3 over 3. Therefore X, the cost of a black pen, is given by 55 minus 4Y over 3. And example 2 is given. If Y is equals to 4 times X plus Z is given, and what is the expression for X in terms of X and Y? We are asked to find X in terms of Y, and therefore Y is equals to 4X plus 4Z. Putting this to the right, Y minus 4Z is equals to 4 times of X over 4 over 4. So the value of X is Y minus 4Z over 4 is when X expressed in terms of Y and Z. And example 1, it says that Tsagu has initially $1 of 300 at the beginning of the day. He have $1 of 300 at the beginning when t is equals to 0. If he got $1 of 15 per hour, that means slope is given. $1 of 15 over 1 hour, or Y over X, or cost over time is given how many? 15 per hour. Then we are asked how many dollar he will have after 4 hours. We are asked to find t after 4 hours. Therefore we know that initially X represent time and Y represent cost. Therefore initially when the time was t, he have $1 of 300. This is PO, and we already found slope 15. Therefore 15 is equals to Y minus 300 over X. Therefore 15X plus 300 is equals to Y. What do Y represent? Cost. C in terms of T is equals to 15. What does X represent? Time. T plus 300. And we are asked to find C after 4 hours. 15 times 4 plus 300. 200 plus 300 is equals to 500. So he will have $1 of 500 at the end of 4 hours. And example 2 is given by Y is equals to 3X plus 2 over 5. Therefore according to the equation above, for every, whenever you found every, it represent X. Therefore for every increased by 4, the value of Y will increase by dash. Therefore first we have to write in the form of Y is equal to mx plus, this is not written, so we have to change Y is equals to 3 over 5x plus 2 over 5. Therefore the slope is equals to 3 over 5 or y over x. Therefore when the value of x is 4, the value of y is cross. 3 times 4 is equals to 5 times y over 5 over 5. Therefore y will increase by 12 over 5 when the value of x increased by 4. And example 3 is given. At a movie center, adult ticket cost $3 and children ticket cost $10. Let A be adult and let adult cost, and let C be children cost. So and each adult cost $1 of 2 and $1 of 3, and each adult children ticket cost $1 of 3. And if 115 tickets were sold, that means x plus y is equals to 50. And we don't know how many adult ticket and how many children ticket have been sold, but we know that 115 ticket have been sold for both children and adult, and $1 of 402 have been generated by selling this. Therefore $1 of 3 times A, this is A plus C, plus $1 of 2, this is 2, $1 of 2 y is equals to $1 of 402 generated. Therefore 3A plus 2y, this is not y, C, 2C is equals to 402, and A plus y is equals to 150. So using linear by negative of this minus 1, the positive of this 3, minus 3A minus 2C minus 402, and 3A plus 3y is equals to 450. This will be cancelled, and y is equal to 48, and x is equals to 115 minus, this is C. Therefore A is equals to 150 minus 48 is equals to 102. Therefore there was 102 tickets that was sold for the adult, and there was 48 tickets that was sold for their children. And example 3 is given as the speed of a car decreased from initially VO was 15 meter per second to V final 15 meter per second in the time change in T 5 seconds in a straight line. Assume the speed of a car decrease at whenever you find at constant rate decrease, it means y is equals to mx plus b, or it is a linear function. And we are asked what will be the speed in 3 seconds. We are asked t 3 seconds, v will be, v of 3 is required. So it is decreasing at a negative, so the slope must be negative. So m is equal to change in y over change in x. Therefore change in y is speed, change in v over change in t. Therefore change in y is, m is change in y is v final minus v initial over change in t. V final is 15 minus initial speed was 15 over in 5 seconds. Therefore this is equals to minus 35 over 5 minus 7. Therefore minus 7 is equals to y minus, we know that x, y, x is time, y is speed. When it was initially at 0, the speed was 15 meter per second. Therefore we use this as PO. Y minus 15 over x minus 0 minus 7x is equals to y minus 50. Therefore y is equals to 15 minus 7x. What do x represent? It represents time. And what do y represent? It represents v. Therefore v of t is equals to 15 minus 7 times t. And we are asked to find v of 3. Therefore 15 minus 7 times, in terms of t we will insert 3. 15 minus 21 is equals to 29 meter per second when the time v of 3. In the diagram above, show how the speed of a ball increases as it falls down from 40 meters. The ball was dropped from 40 meter height. For whenever you found every, it represent x. Therefore, x represent what? Height. Height of the ball, because you found a key point every. Whenever you found every or each time, it represents the value of x. Therefore, the value of x is 14 kilometers. The value of y will be the diagram above show how the speed of the ball increase as it fall down from 40 meter height for every 10 kilometer. 10 meter. And the speed of the ball is given. C is given. V is c meter per second, and we are asked to find what is the value of c. Initially it was given x, y. What do x represent? X represent height. And what do y represent? Y represent speed. Therefore, m is equals to change in y over change in x. Change in y means y is equals to speed. V final minus V initial over T final minus T initial. But x do not represent time, rather it represent distance, because we already said 10 kilometer represent distance. Therefore, V final minus V initial over distance final minus distance initial. V final was our final velocity was 40 meters per second. No, we don't know our final value, rather we know 2 points. We can take, we are already given it was a linear. Each time, whenever you find each time, it's a linear function, and let's take any 2 points, x, y. This is point A, this is distance, this is speed. Therefore, point A is given by 14 meters, the speed was 0. At B, when at 10 meters, the speed was 40. So let's solve this. Therefore, m is equals to 14 minus 0 over 10 minus 14. Therefore, m is equals to 14 over minus 30. This is equals to minus 4 over 3 is equals to y minus 0 over x minus 14. Minus 4 over 3 times x minus 14 is equals to y. Therefore, y is equals to minus 4 over 3x plus 116 over 3. What does y represent? Speed. V in terms of distance is equals to minus 4 over 3. X represent distance plus 116 over 3, and we are asked to find the slope. Therefore, slope is equals to minus 4 over 3.